Hello, everybody! My name is Dizzy, and welcome on in to another exciting and potentially nerve-wracking episode of In Other Waters. We have a Kingal in the chat. Welcome on in. We have a Species as well. It's lovely to see you both. How are your days going? I hope they're doing really well. A Phillyversary celebration seemed to have officially started a little bit sooner than I intended. There is a big, hopefully, stream happening tomorrow, which will be the official celebration of that. My gosh, am I nervous to the point of terror, perhaps? um, Taking me by surprise. It has taken me by surprise. I mean, to be fair, the actual date, so the official date took me by surprise. It snuck up on me. Twitch only gives you like 2 days notice before your technical anniversary. But it lets you schedule an anniversary stream for a little bit either side of that, luckily, because otherwise that really would have taken me by surprise. Good grief. Yeah, it is what, 2:30? This is kind of a normal Friday stream start time for me, but we are not doing our normal co-op-y Friday stream. We are jumping back into the planet of I don't remember what this planet's called. It's called like Miazing 6656 or something. It has a silly planet name. The planet of Subnautica, exactly, Kingo. Because we're jumping back into some In Other Waters, a game that I am absolutely loving. It's super simple to look at. It's got some nice, cool biology stuff going on. There's lesbians. I think. I mean, I don't actually know that the main human character is a woman. Is Ellery? Do we think that's a woman's name in the future? It could be anything. Where are we? We have a crew terminal. Ellery Vass. So last time we found a laboratory out in the bloom, which was a sort of a toxic algal bloom that sucked all of the oxygen out of the water and everything was almost totally lifeless apart from the bloom. We got some good studying on it. We found a wrecked lab, and we found that Minnie had gone for a free dive down to several thousand kilometers, which seems like an enormously foolish thing to do. But we have a plan to follow her. We also found like an abandoned older lab somewhere like under this mountain that had a big steel door that we would need to cut our way into. We can't get to that yet. But yes, we are speculating this could potentially be the source point of the bloom. But for now, we have a plan to go to the drop-off. Just sort of out beyond the reef, dive down as deep as we can go in our new pressure-adapted suit. Wrecked lab, King. Oh, wrecked lab. Although, what is your submission? I feel like that stuff kind of already works pretty well for what it's supposed to do. Anyway, let us get down to the bottom of the sea, and see if we can find Minnie, who is the person who was here before us on this planet. The only other human that we know has ever seen this planet in its alien life. We are 20 seconds from the ocean floor. Good. I was getting lonely. Oh, pet. We're descending fast. The drop is huge, 1.5 kilometers down. Let's stay focused. Is there really that many S's in focused? We have no data on this zone of the ocean. The light of Gliese 667c sees 3 stars. Barely makes it this deep. I've got my headlamps on. You'll have to be my eyes. I want to work my way along the slope to the northeast. I'm looking for any trace of Minnie or the remote operating vehicles she sent down. Let's get to it. So Ellery was called here by Minnie, who has since vanished. This is the first contact humanity has ever made with alien life. Ellery is full of wild speculations about sentient mushrooms. We are going to be interacting with the world solely through this little interface that we have here. We have an inventory, which I have maybe foolishly not put anything in. Maybe I should have headed back up. I don't know if I can head back up now. I can't even head back up now, so if I don't have something that I need to have, then we are well stuffed. King says it's actually a Trojan horse. Massive testosterone boost, then bam, it flips the hormone production from gonadotrophin signals. I don't know what that means, unfortunately, in practical terms. As we're here at the shelf base, the sheer wall descends with a faint light to curve into the thick silt of the slopes. And these are the slopes. Beyond the reach of the suit's lamps, the slopes descend slowly into the dark, towards the abyssal plane. And yeah, so we are the AI in Ellery's suit, and we control her by finding clear vectors to points that she has identified with the scan, and sending her on her way. Still waters. The heavy currents of the upper ocean don't reach down here, although it kind of sounds like they do. How is the sound for everyone, by the way? I know I did just tab out, so the sound stopped. It's looking quite quiet on my OBS read. I'm wondering if it needs to go up or not. We did fiddle with our PC sound settings the other day to try and stop crackle. Also, is there any crackle? Are you hearing any crackle? I see, Kingo. I sort of guessed that might be what the joke was, but I wasn't, like, certain, because it's well beyond my area of expertise. We are crackle, that's good. Are you hearing sound and hearing it well? Not that there's loads of sound to hear. A pale glow, a bioluminescent glow drifts through the silt. A faint but noticeable chemical blue. Oh. We've got something on our scanner. What are you? A tangled veil. Drifting veils of material appear to be creatures of some kind. Almost transparent apart from those lights. Well, so the other part of this game, for those of you who haven't seen it before, is we need to find a bunch of these creatures using data gathered. Once we get that all the way around by observing enough different members of this species, we can get logbooks. We can sample them to get more information. There'll be little side quests sending us out to sample more bits of them, and then at the end we'll get like a full biology read and sketch of them. Oh, we have a Shaka. Welcome on in. We're here briefly for a little bit. Any time with a Shaka is always good time. We are always lucky to have it. I hope your day is going well. We have literally only just started, so you have not missed anything. This veil stretches away from the tangle of the group, reaching towards new territories. Oh, there's a group, is there? Oh, there is a group. They're pulsing faintly with pinpricks of light. In the headlamps of the suit, I can occasionally see a vein-like texture to their surface. They're gathered in groups which I'm calling tangles. They seem to be intentional formations, but for what purpose? You're down below, 100 videos left to edit. That's so good. For those who aren't aware, Shaq has been archiving all of their footage in the wake of Twitch's announcement that they were going to not hold any video data, basically. So that's great progress. The Veil Edge. Though the soft shifting forms can be hard to see, it seems to mark the edge. The lights the veils produce come directly from beneath their skin. Okay. They undulate. We also have technically limited power and limited oxygen. Our oxygen is kind of it's infinite unless we hit something that drains our oxygen. Our power goes down with every move. Normally this isn't a problem because we can eat samples that we find to restore either power or oxygen. I've got a meeting in 15-ish minutes. I see. Gotcha. Diaphanous veils to it. I don't know what a diaphanous veil is. I don't know what a diaphanous anything is. I'm going to Google the word diaphanous, because that's a great word. I'm going to add that to my my little library of words that I use. I assume it's relating to Somebody called Daphne? Diaphanous. Especially a fabric, light, delicate, and translucent. From the Greek dia, through, and phanon, to show. Fair enough. So it just means transparent in Greek originally. Did that hurt us as we went through that bit of veil? I'm not certain. It may have done. Tangled veil. Though tangled and without any clear sensory organs, these creatures seem to have a strong control over their position in the water. A temporary corridor. Sounds good to me. They probably want to just call it transparent plants. Studded along the veils are the remains of creatures that have been confused by the lights and caught. Do we get to do some biology on the creatures? Sounds like what I want to do. Is it these two competing individuals, or is this a temporary separation of a single group? Okay, so we've got one cluster down here, and this is a different cluster up here. Veil clearing. Okay, let's have another look at what happens when we pass through. Oh, it eats our power to go through them. Interesting. The veil delivered some kind of stunning electrical shock to the suit. Is that how they disable their prey? We should be careful of contact. That's unfortunate, because I've now kind of just got in here. Okay, we've got a name for them. She's going to tell us. I'm naming these strange creatures snare veils. They're such beautiful traps. Oh boy! And yeah, once we've seen enough that we've named them, then all of the members of this species become yellow from now on. So they are wide, delicate, silken panels of bioluminescent cells work in unison to entrap and digest creatures which come too close, including potentially me, it must be said. Oh, we got a sample candidate. That's good. We can eat a bit of them. Filled with the half-digested remains of other life, passing conveyor-like from one veil to the next. Interesting. So when we want to take a sample, we open up this interface. We haven't named what this sample is yet. We can take a couple of them. Make one of these digested remains, an unknown creature caught by a veil and partially digested. And we only need one to scan it back at base, so we can eat the other one if we need to. I'm guessing we probably will need to if we have to keep going back and forth across these veils. Here the tangle is receding, a few of its trailing veils hanging still in the dark water, like the poised limbs of a dancer. Owie. Well, only one way to go. Spheres blinking the same sequence of lights over and over. Why didn't Minnie tell anyone about this place? The life here is the biggest discovery in human history. Do you think she's trying to protect it? I do not think that. It's true that she told me perhaps there are other secrets she is trying to hide. She always had her secrets. Dark water, away from the veils, water returns to inky darkness. Only one way to go. Silt bank. Silt is gathered around the base of two large outcrops, forming a natural respite. Okay, I guess we're heading up a little bit. A layered outcrop. Dark basalt layers rise up out of the slope, like fractured towers, each jagged layer carrying drifts of silver silt. Okay, in general, I'm guessing that the deep ocean should be sort of a bit more featureless than up top, where we have to navigate through clumps of mushrooms and fingers of rock and all sorts of things. Down here, I'm guessing it's going to be relatively nice. These dark towers of angular stones, telltale signs of volcanic processes. Oh, maybe not if there's volcanism, though. Maybe I'm wrong. ROV debris. One of Mine's improvised remote vehicles. So I don't know what this Mine's skill set like is. Oh, there's something over there. This debris is one of Mine's ROVs. Wait, to my left? Is that human creature? It's her. Static body, is that? Oh god. Uh-oh. She's here. She's alive? Okay, that's good news. We're reading life signs and she's breathing. That can't be right. How long has she been here, lying in the silt? We have to bring her back to the base, but I don't... Okay, focus. What do? We can use the ROV to boost our signal, send for the drone. Then we can start the ascent. Can I not ascend on my own? Like, I got us down here. Okay, we're using the ROV to bring you. Terminal available. Spoofing user Mine Nomura. Download map data, always useful. Grab. Okay, we're synced. Call the drone now, we need to get her out of here. Refill both of those. Do I need to go back to her? I would sort of assume that I would need to go back to her. Okay, link. Request retrieval. Alright. Resyncing with the OS. We've been asleep for 3.6 hours. There's always a little sleepy time between when we get back to base and she turns us back on again. I need to talk. I'm on the medical level. She's totally unresponsive. I don't know what to do. Don't even understand how she's still alive. Yeah, because we've been down here for days. And she hasn't been here in that time. Thin stream of bubbles flicking from her mouth. Okay, so she was down there without a suit. And breathing the water. Interesting. This doesn't make sense. But she is alive. I need to talk to her, but nothing. I want to understand. I haven't seen her in years, not since she left. Now here she is. Do you ever imagine all the things you're going to say to a person when you see them again? I feel like I'm an AI, so no. You're a machine, sorry. I came here for her. I think it's because I had to hope for something to change. Those months we spent together to mean something. Sorry, I'm not making any sense. Oh, Pat. This makes twice. 2 times she's turned my life upside down. At least this time I knew what I was signing myself up for. The further I am from that dying planet, the better. What comes next? The chicken or the egg? We keep going. She was looking for something out here, something important enough to leave her like this. It's our turn to take that forward, find an explanation. I think she built that lab in the bloom to study those mineral skeletons. She calls artificers. Something was leading her deeper beyond the drop-off. Let's start with those ROVs. Maybe they found something we didn't. I'll mark their last known positions on the dive map. They'll be here until you're ready to go. Okay. So we've got a new... So she's presumably down in the medical bay. Med subject, Mine Nomura. Comatose state, muscle loss, erratic brain activity, administering sedatives. So she's this little dot. This is going to be Ellery over here, who is probably pacing backwards and forwards if I had to guess. We are going to stop by the lab. No, we're going to stop by the bay, so we can put the sample in the lab. And then we're going to stop by the lab, so we can analyze this sample. God, look how full our storage is. We've been doing really well. And then we can read about the thing we've just discovered. We're calling this Animalian Novae, Colatata, the distributed bodies, the snare veil, Velum laqueus. Resemble a thin sheet of silk surrounded with lights found in tangles. They're difficult to see in their entirety. They appear to be flat panels of bioluminescent cells with a nervous and digestive system. Okay, interesting. They survive by capturing creatures, somehow stunning or killing them, and then digesting them. I've also observed veils passing prey from one individual to another, suggesting some form of social interaction. Analysis of unknown remains shows this creature captures and kills its prey through an electrical charge, which we've also experienced ourselves. This charge, produced by electricals that sit beneath the veil's outer membrane, can produce incredibly high voltage. The remains show significant damage from these electrical discharges. These electrical pulses control the muscles and nervous system of captured creatures, forcing them to swim deeper into the grip of the veil when captured. Interesting. It's highly nuanced, and they may also use them for detection of prey and even communication. An analysis of veil tissue, although this may prove difficult. So yeah, when we get a tissue sample, we'll get this one, and then when we've got all three, we get a sketch. So back in the hab, there's a new lore drop for us. She's still alive. I never thought I'd see her again. After she sliced the core from the base on Kepler 62F. I spent weeks slowly freezing, waiting for the Baikal team to come get me. There was never any life, but I had faked the whole thing. She wanted the data core she knew Baikal would provide. And she gave them evidence of first contact. Baikal blamed me. Wow, rude. I went back to Earth to take a postgrad position on that dying planet. There's little need for marine biologists in a place where the only oceanic life is kept in tourist choke reserves. Interesting, so Earth's in a bad way. I should blame her for everything. I just want to know why. Perhaps now if she ever wakes up I can ask her. That's a rough thing for your girlfriend to do to you, my goodness. That is about as bad as it gets. Okay, so on our dive map, we now have new things added. Oh, 2 new things added. Okay, we can stretch out further off in this direction. Signal priority, another one of Minet's improvised ROVs, stopped transmitting somewhere here. Oh, they're sending back strange geological readings. Or the data sent back by Minet's ROV shows one log that's lost in position out here. Shakris Oski, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope to see you again later. I don't know how long we're gonna go for. I have no idea how much game there is left, honestly. Like it could be an hour, it could be, streams and streams. I really don't know. But yes, good luck on your meeting. I think, seeing as this one says an ROV, and this one says another one, I assume it wants me to go to this one first. Oh, but I can't. Okay, maybe I need to drop off here and then navigate a way out? There wasn't a way out last time, but I guess maybe there will be this time. Interesting. Back down we go. Oh! Oh, okay. We're back here at the ROV location. Okay. Debris trail. Glinting debris from the disabled ROV traces back into the sand. Normally the map hasn't changed before from one dive to another, so I wasn't expecting this. Unmistakably basalt formed in some volcanic trench aeons ago. It says faint light from the suns, but we are 1500 meters deep. There is not light this deep. I guess there's are two ways that we can go, either north to the further one or south to the closer one. My inclination was for this one. Pale floor descends rapidly away from the ridge, towards a field of shadowy outcrops. Basalt towers. It does seem to be fairly linear and slow, which is, I guess, nice for exploration. Like, we can kind of take our time, we're not under any duress. We can read each thing as we get it. There's a deep silence. I'm not surprised. Ooh, apart from some music. Okay, left or up? A pale passage. A pale blue light flickers over the rocks. It's another veil. We have a BG. Thank you so much for the affiliate anniversary wishes. It turns out that the thing starts like 12 hours before you told it to start, which I wasn't expecting. But welcome on in. I hope you're having a lovely day. Oh, I like that the music started up now. The veils reach out towards the black basalt towers, emanating flashes of cyan light. More veils. We need to be careful. Ah, yeah, we might get zapped. Has to be a way to find the path through. Well, so far so linear. As far as the process of splitting away from the rest of its body. Oh, I see, yes. Look, this little one here. Tangle edge. Even on the far side of the tangle, the veil's lights can be overwhelming. I think we're through. Points of light. Small pinpricks of light moving across the slope. There are other creatures here. Well, that makes sense, because we found some eaten bits, didn't we? Hello, who are you? An ovoid creature. These pale pulsing creatures seem so passive. I'm going to start taking notes on them. Sit passing on the edge of the deep oases. They are glassy and soft, like partially boiled shell-less eggs. I'm going to quickly head back to this. In case there's a way... In case there's no other way on this way. No, there isn't. Okay, that's fine. We could cut across that veil. I don't think it's going to ask us to. Oh, who's this? A crab-like creature. Seem to keep to themselves. Let's keep track of where we find them. Well, there's whatever that is as well. Hello. A complex creature. That's huge. Looks like a whole menagerie of creatures caught in a silken net. A mass of tentacles and growths unlike anything I've seen. It's difficult to understand the anatomy just by looking. Interesting. This outcrop hides a wealth of life, from long-legged crawlers and filter feeders to blurred shapes which flit through the suit's lamps. Oh, there is a lot going on here, isn't there? Blimey. Like the fans found in the bloom, these creatures are fan-shaped. Okay. These variants glow with cold fire. And pale petals, trefoil petals, which gather around the glowing fans of the deep. Okay. They angle themselves towards the light like expectant children. Was that a new... Where's a new boy? Another crab. On close inspection, the large translucent crest appears to be gas-filled organ or bubble of some kind. And this is a sample candidate. Okay. Another ovoid creature. When close, you can feel the pull of their strong filtering action. More petals. Each of the wide petals has patterns of stomata and stamen. From these, some kind of pollen is drifting out. I've already got that one. Okay, this is a sample point, so we will sample. So this is digested remains. This is fan sheath. The filtering sheath of a glowing fan studded with pollen. I'm pretty sure fan sheath is a Doctor Who villain. Deep oasis. From this side, this arrangement of pulsing glowing forms nestles the basalt as a sanctuary of life and warming light. More sampling available. Grand. Another unknown thing. What have we got here? Deep pollen. Oh, there's something needs to be scanned. A fast creature. Okay. They're so fast. Their dark colouring makes them hard to see, but let's keep track of them. These rapid swimming lobster-like creatures have dark shells with very large translucent tails. Okay, ovular growths. Standing beside the clusters of egg-like forms like a filament filtering huge volumes of seawater. No sampling here. Downward slope. Away from the outcrop, the silty slope begins to descend again. Okay, another veil. Veil field. A large field of veils whose pale blue light appears unpleasantly cold. Oh, is that another boy? That's the one we've already got. No wonder many Zyrovies never returned. These veils are everywhere. Like on Earth, they must rely on predation to survive this deep, where little sunlight reaches. Bright veils. A large tangle of veil stretches out ahead, producing cyan light. I think I want to go deeper into the veil field. But obviously not through veils if I can help it. I'd much rather go around. Tangle veils create a translucent twitching maze. Which we are about to go into. Veil clearing. Who knows how temporary these gaps are? Oh, is that a new boy? No, we were okay. That's one we've already scanned as well. Hypnotic lights. Okay. I mean, luckily, if she gets hypnotized, at least we're the ones in control of the suit. These guys don't seem to have a problem navigating. These loot veils are carrying a wave of light that passes from one individual to another and back again. Do you think this is going to cost us health? It did. Ow. Rude. There is a way beyond as well. The veils seem to sit away from these basalt shells, trying to see themselves in the silty dark. The area is complicated. I wish that outside of this circle it would show us like the points, so that I could see a more overall map of an area than just what's inside the circle. Do I cross? It's gonna be very owie to cross. And there might be a better way round. But there also might not. Ow. Okay, it only hurts us once at least. Who's this? Another complex creature. Occasionally stops and unfolds its tentacles in chambers to cover a broad area of water. Another ovoid creature. Another crab-like creature. These wandering creatures noisily chew away at the rock and silt of the ocean floor, filtering it perhaps for nutrients. They seem to produce small branching buds in the same way that a hydra grows a clone of itself. The petals are solid growths, not fragile objects. Sit like thin tree stumps in the sand. Okay, we're calling the petals cold fire bathers. They seem to be strongly linked to the light of these fans. These wide petal-shaped plants gather in groups and grow in the light of deep-sea fans. Their pollen fills the water around each stem. Another guard of creatures, another sample candidate. A welcome break from the intensity of the veil field. So we can sample again here. This is just deep pollen. And deep pollen I think only gets us oxygen. So here's another fast creature. A better look shows they are swimming with their rear legs, while using their tails to propel themselves. Can I see something down there? Maybe not. But yeah, the pollen is not useful to us because it only gives us oxygen. It doesn't give us fuel. More ovoid creatures. At the interior sits a sphere surrounded by a reflective membrane, bathed in light for the transparent sections. Another fan, significantly taller than the blooms fans. These creatures seem to favour the rocky substrate of the ocean floor's basalt pillars. Okay, so that is the rough sort of difference, I guess, in ecosystem. You have the silty plains have the veils, and then the pillars actually support more diverse and complicated life. This side of the outcrop where the warm light of the fan does not reach is absent of life. Well, it's not very absent of life, is it? Oh, there's another boy over there, he's gone now. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe we can go over that way. A small burrow! Hang on, there he is. Oh, there's one we've seen before. Right, small burrow. At the edge of the outcrop in the light sand slope, a shallow burrow leads down. Eggs glint within. Gimme damn eggs. Heck yes. Have a look at this quickly. Okay, we're calling the ovoids water bulbs. Let's see what we can uncover about them back at the lab. Partially transparent egg-shaped creatures which feed by filtering water. Let's grab a sample. Let's grab. No, I missed him. I clicked on the wrong thing. It took him ages to come back. Not you. I've got you already. What's this? Beaded eggs. Ah, here he is. Fast creature. No kidding. Seem to follow the same routes back and forth through the veils. Why do they limit themselves to these pathways? Because that's the only way they survive being eaten? A string of orange eggs found in the deep ocean. This is all feeling very Fog Canyon from Hollow Knight to me. Little translucent eggs filled with light and jellyfish, and that the eggs have like a sphere in the middle. I'm gonna get exploded if I touch them. Alright, and the northernmost tip of this outcrop, a dark pillar rises up. And more veils out here. Ovular growths. Pale pulsing creatures of noticeable growth budding off from their central form. We could sample them here. Sounds good to me. Okay, sampling available. What have we got? Ovoid bud. The bud of an egg-shaped creature found in the deep. Okay, we can. I think I want to kind of finish exploring this bit. If I can, a living outcrop. Tiny creatures crawl silently along the layers of dark rock. This is a glowing fan sample candidate. Fan shimmers with waves of cold fire, bathing the surrounding oasis in warm light. I'm hoping this will let me sample the fans. I don't have any sample points on the fans yet. I will need to check something out. I think I'm going to chuck this out, because I've got 2 of it, and I need the power. Fan sheath. Oh, do I have fan sheath? I do have fan sheath, okay. That's fine, we've now got a spare at least. Okay, so I can head back into this veil. Or I can head onwards. I think I want to head onwards. See if I can get to the next map location, because I'm currently I'm out of range. I can't get retrieved from here. North or left? I've kind of been sticking to the left, so left. As the basalt shelf sinks back into the silt, the ocean floor falls away into a huge field of glittering veils. Lots of these boys. Okay, we'll try not to cross them if we can help it. Away from the outcrops, the veils claim what territory they can. This is the largest I've seen. I'm not surprised the ROVs got killed, if there's these things all around. Veil Gap leads into their ornate interior. Navigating this tangle will be a struggle. Yep, I can guess. The good news is we can trade health for shortcuts. Oh, look, there's a boy. Hello. It's hard to tell if this is a colonial creature or a single individual. Whichever it is, we should keep our distance to avoid those tentacles. Understood. Let's head left. From this middle point of the tangle, it's impossible to see beyond the glimmering walls. The one I've seen before, okay. Other lights. Other lights with pinpricks like LEDs shifting in the loose orbit of an unseen body. Interesting. Okay, this is gonna hurt us to get down here, but there's no way in, because I couldn't have just gone from there to here, obviously. Loop. A group of looped veils up the same pattern in an ornate game of call and response. Are they communicating with each other? Ow. Oh, that hurt quite a lot, actually. Okay, we've been to this one. Veil Passage. It's also gonna be owie. Ouch. We've got a spare fan veil, at least. No, fan sheath, which we can eat. Gap in the middle, where the lights are dimmer, the sickening shifting sensation lessened. I don't know what happens if we run out of power. Like, that's never happened to me so far. Narrow gap. Here the veils close in towards each other. Sheets passing up against one another with gentle waves. No way to that one without crossing a thing, so... The veils meet here, but through the translucent skin I can see the dark shape of an outcrop. Oh, there's lots of ways to go, but only across Only across, ouch. I don't really want to find out what happens. Like the other outcrops, this dark rock is being invaded by the veils. Ow. Okay. There's another sample point at least. Fading fan. A wilted fan faintly pulses while spines of its body are broken away, still faintly glowing in the silt. Well, this might let us sample something new. Which is grand, but only if we can get out of here again afterwards. Let's eat this. Oh, I'm very low. Okay, we've got a few here, which is nice. I'm gonna need to eat some of them. Glowing spine, a spine from glowing fan. There's another one for us to get. So I can eat this as well, and then we'll be back up to full. Actually, maybe I want to just chuck this. Does it do anything? No, it doesn't seem like it, does it? Yeah, I won't get the full benefit from eating this now. And it doesn't seem like anything down here depletes my oxygen, so... Unlike the Bloom's fans, these deep water variants are covered with a translucent sheet of mucus. Yum, tasty mucus. Okay, those spines will hopefully keep us going for the rest of our dive. Ow. Glistening object. Something clouded and purple. Looks small enough to sample whole. Another owl. Okay, only one way on from here. I think we'll ditch another pollen for now. What's this then? A shed polyp. Polyp from a colonial life form lost on the ocean floor. Okay, so that's going to be from the complex creature. Though the veils are encroaching on its position, the outcrop silently holds out against their cold chemical light. Ow. I didn't think I was even going to graze that one. These are individuals that we've seen before somehow, that's crazy. Glowing garden, another refuge in these dark waters glowing with life. Okay, we finally named these cold fire fans, although we could have guessed that from the cold fire petal things. After those mesmerizing flame-like pulses. Cultivating fans that pulse with warm light, often surrounded by other creatures benefiting from their glow. Okay, there's another crab boy. Different individuals seem to have varying sizes of bubbles. Are they carrying oxygen in there? Would make sense. I'm gonna head onwards because I think this is probably closer to being the way towards where we need to go in the ROV. Surrounded by its audience of light-bathing petals, the fan's sheath shimmers with amber light like a bonfire. This is a very pretty description in this game. What's this? This is fan sheath. Okay. I don't have space for another fan sheath. I guess I'll eat a spine? Or I can just eat the fan sheath that I currently have. There we go. Onwards and upwards. Deep Oasis. Another sample candidate. Small, stilt-legged creatures stride, cleaning particles from their pitted surface. There's another sample point, but probably... That's just a veil. Probably just for pollen. Yeah, that's just pollen. Don't need that. Fading petals. edge of the light from the fan, the petals are pale and twisted away, perhaps turning to another source of food. Basalt pillar. If I can not avoid this, then I want to. I don't know if I will be able to or not. Crab-like creatures. Each one seems to have its own... Oh, they left! These have its own territorial loop, an area of seafloor it systematically searches through. I don't think it's going to come back either, that's annoying. Dying Veil. Another sample candidate. Twisted back on itself, this veil is being eaten away by creatures, its defensive abilities muted. We could sample some tissue here. Yes, please. Okay, no other way onwards. I guess we're gonna eat... I think we're gonna ditch another pollen. Okay, this is veil tissue. I want that boy to come back. I don't know how long a loop he's going to be on, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to see him from anywhere else. Because he's gone off that way, and I don't know what is up that way. I've not been there. Do-do-do. Come back, creature. I can zoom in. I don't want to zoom in. I don't know why this button is there, because it's not a big zoom. But it's there. There we go, he's back. Okay, we've got a new species logged, finally. I'm calling these abyssal sail shells. Those wide tail plates are instantly recognizable. Small dark creature with a large translucent tail shell that allows it to rapidly move through the water. I thought there was going to be a bit more to it than that, but okay. Right, back off this way. Back into the Veil field. Further up and further north, large tangle. Where the veils intersect, strips of bioluminescence flower, creating bright folds in a gossamer material. Oh, this is a painful way to go. Clear water. After the last veil, the dark returns. So one more owie. Then we're alright. Dark water. The dark cool is a welcome change from the incoherent patterns of lights. We seem to be through. No more veils ahead. Awesome. And no, not a new boy, an existing boy. Oh, we've already named all of them, so of course they're all existing boys. Battle Outcrop. Unlike the other outcrops, this one's free of life. Is proximity of the veils vital for the other colony's existence? I would suggest that's unlikely. Up or down? I think probably more up. Disabled ROV. Another Malays ROV scattered across the outcrop. We should still be able to use its transmission core. Excellent. Here in the middle of the outcrop, an ROV. This one was carrying a supply cache. We can recharge and fill our oxygen. Let's access its map data. Open up the terminal and... I don't need this, because I'm going to be going straight back up anyway. To dump all of these supplies. It was disabled by the veils, like the other one. This can't be right. The mapping scans report a large physical anomaly just north of here. In the data it looks like a structure. Maybe the veils fried the sensors? Either way we should check it out. Alright, let's leave. Yeah, because I'm a bit of a completionist. What I really want from, like, the dive map view, so this view, what I want is a map of everywhere we've been, and everywhere we didn't go. So that I can go to the places that we haven't gone to. and it doesn't give me that, and I am sad. Okay, so we've missed a couple things. An abyssal sail shell tail somewhere south of the ROV site. Sail shells regularly run the gauntlet of the Vales. What they leave behind that helps understand them and the local predators. And over here, cold fire bathers. Some root. The eastern outcrop appears to be slowly breaking up. May have some sample candidates. But first, we need to dump everything? Can we even fit everything? Like, what? Oh, I've got a second page, okay. To the lab! Let's go analyze some samples. And a fan sheath. Now, if we haven't logged the species by seeing enough of them, we actually can't do this analysis yet. So it's a good job that we did observe, I think, enough of everything. No, yeah. Oh, this one we missed. No relevant taxonomy entries found for the shed pollet. Oh, that was the colonial creature. We didn't get enough of them. Lab analysis complete. Water bulb. Abyssal sail shell. Here's the deep pollen. Multiple taxonomy entries updated. And yeah, it's just this one that we haven't been able to examine enough of yet. Okay, so let's have a look at our taxonomy again. Animal novice. The abyssal sail shell. Surprisingly fast, occasionally spotted weaving between veils in the deep. Use their speed as a way of evading the slow-moving tangles. They're also dark in colour and small. Use modified back lobes to propel themselves and make rapid turns. From observations, these tails seem to be a form of propulsion. Okay, we don't have a shell sample. After analysing a clutch of their eggs and inspecting their anatomy, I've started to understand their behaviour. Larval sail shells are already forming modified limbs. They move so fast they can't be seen. In the dormant eggs, they're clearly visible. They allow the sail shells to feed by catching small larval creatures as well as any other particles of nutrients. This must be what the sail shells are doing when they follow their carefully selected paths back and forth. It's also likely that the veils attract, trap, and produce tiny particles, hence their close proximity. Okay, and the cold fire fan. These tall fan-shaped filter feeders can be found in the deep ocean. The centipedes of the deep oceans are oases of life. Cold fire fans and their flame-like pulsing light attract many other creatures to live around them. How this benefits the fan isn't precisely clear. Well, it doesn't need to. Although the fans themselves don't lack in defenses, they have a shed or mucus sheath which stops them becoming overgrown with other plants and creatures, which we have sampled. The sheath was covered in pollen, microbial colonies, and fecal matter. The sheath is a barrier for large particles, blocking them from reaching the spines, while smaller particles pass through and are digested. The fan's light is a beacon intended to bring creatures into its glow. Okay. The sheath stops this from becoming overwhelming for the fan and can be shared in order to protect it. Analysis of the spine shows the fans not only possess light-producing cells but also light receptors. These sensitive cells are found on the front of the fan and show the fans are able to perceive the lights of other creatures, including other fans. As each fan tends to its own oasis, helps the fans use their light as territorial markers. They may even use them to communicate with other species. Like lighthouses, cold fire fans seem to act as both safe havens and warning signals. And this is what they look like. They really are spines. Wow, they are. They look proper sharp. And then they're covered in goo, and they have a spiky small structure as well. Okay, so we've got more on the snare veil. Having sampled a dying veil, analysis of the tissue demonstrates what a unique creature it is. Its tissue is threaded through with powerful neural connections, lined with a digestive surface like the interior of an intestine, and coated with a layer of light-emitting cells. A totally distributed form of life with no centralized brain, stomach, or other organs at all. It is self-sane in its entirety, any other piece resembles another. What we saw as dying veil might have been purposefully separating itself, as each piece could grow another tangle. And they look like veils, unsurprisingly. And we have another one, the water bulb in the same family. Soft egg-shaped creatures with transparent membranes. Filter water through their interiors. Their anatomy is so unique it's difficult to understand exactly what they're doing. I mean, they seem quite sort of Urocordate or sponge-like to me, which doesn't sound that unique. But what do I know? They seem to have small stump-like legs at their base for stability. It's unclear if they can move. Okay, now analysing the petal pollen reveals them to be water bubbles with a skin of waste matter, fails to add much more to our understanding of the water bulb. It's clear they gain nutrients and perhaps oxygen from their consumption of the pollen, but unlike the glowing fans, they don't seem to be reliant on it. They seem to be without predators or prey and are ignored by many other life forms. A bud. Analysing a bud has provided an important insight. The bulbs are mostly hollow. The interior side of this membrane is iridescent, lined with hexagonal crystals of guanine, producing an effect like the eye shine seen in terrestrial cats. They reflect light onto the sphere at the centre of the bulb, which is in fact a huge and impossibly complex compound eye. What are they observing, and why are they so passive? Just the thought of their total vision makes me nervous in their presence. Okay. I see. And then we have the cold fire bathers. Pale, thick-stalked trefoil plants. Only known specimens have all been found gathered around glowing fans. They suggest they're photosynthesizing and cannot live outside of the sustaining glow. Bathers also seem to produce a type of pollen made up of small particles that float on deep water currents. Analysis of pollen shows they are released around bubbles of oxygen, a waste product of photosynthesis. These bubbles are surrounded with a layer of pollen particles which weighs them down so they do not immediately rise to the surface. Instead, they drift through the water near the bather, and in many cases settle on the nearby fan, which then consumes them. This direct exchange of energy and nutrients makes the fans and their bathers closely linked, a strong bond formed under the principle of mutual gain. Except it's not really, it's net energy negative. If I give off energy as light, and then somebody takes in that energy, and uses some of it to live, and then uses some of it to produce pollen, which I then eat to produce light, and also to live, then at every step, there's a loss of energy. Alright, that is all of our taxonomies for now. Let's have a quick go back to the sample store and get the things that carry the most fuel. Not you though, because we need to analyze you. I want one of those. You're great, you're 30%. You're both 30%, so I'll grab two of you. Oh, I should leave one behind of everything though, so I know I've got it. Has that actually reset their like? Yeah, it has. There we go, okay. So, what do I have two of? that's good for fuel. Got an extra one of those. Oh, we have loads of these spark colonies. I'll take one of these. Okay, and we're heading back out to the same kind of region. I'm gonna go back and see if I can get these things that I missed. Because now we can... Now that we can leave whenever we like... Maybe I don't need all three of these. Now that we can leave whenever we like... we don't need to be as worried as we were before about getting stuck. Okie dokie, gonna scan around. We're heading back down south. And again, it's a shame because I can't mark at all where I'm going. I just know it's roughly in this direction. Another shelf appears out of the dark, but no one at the surface can see the warm glow of a fan. Descending slope. Except I think we are technically ascending this slope. Let's head back into the veil that we were on before. Nearby we scanned. Last of their light falling across the sandy slope descends into deeper water. As tangles spread away from each other, the density of the field starts to thin. A split. We've been over to the left of here. We didn't ever visit this, so... Translucent shell sample candidates. A shell segment gleams among a large number of semi-digested husks. A bit of an alley. Perfect. What the hell was that? That might just get zapped by the veil. Here's a tail segment. That's one of the things we were after. Yeah. Oh, weird. Wait, did that get me again? Did that zap me? And we've been here. It didn't zap me that time. Oh, this is the complex creature that zapped me. Oh yeah, we did tell us to stay away from the tentacles, I guess. Narrow gap. Two veils look like they've recently split. I guess I need to wait for this guy to move before I can go that way then. Otherwise he'll get me. Yeah, it did tell us to keep our distance, to be fair. Okay, and now we're back to places that we've been. So I guess we'll head back this way. Up here. Back across the veil. Take another ouch. God, we're actually a bit low already, aren't we? We'll head this way. Veil clearing. Surrounded by possible routes both through and past the veils. Curving walls lead to another gap. Okay, that's somewhere we've been before. Oh, but there's more down this way as well. Okay. We'll head back and then we'll head through here. For now. What's that? Oh, that's another water bulb, okay. There's a sample point there as well, isn't there? Ovular growths. Tip of the shelf. Fed by soft current, these creatures pump moving water around the outcrop. Oh, it's not. It's not a sample point. Okay. This is where we've come from. It might be worth going back now actually, because we took some big hits from that tentacle monster. So yeah, we'll head back up. Drop off this one thing because we've not made almost any progress. So it should be easy to get back down to there. We can dump this thing in the lab. Go analyze it. Taxonomy updated, further analysis possible. Interesting. So this is a bit of sail shell. After finding a segment from the tail, it seems obvious they use their tails for propulsion. Rather than flapping them, they use their tails to catch currents. Their tails and the rest of the shells are incredibly light, so even a mild flow is enough to grow up to a significant speed. This may also be why they follow the same paths, their propulsion is best suited to using currents where they can find them. And this is what they look like. Oh, they're like little bugs! I was expecting something lobster-like when he said they were lobster-like. Or she said they were lobster-like. Very cute. Alright, let's head back down. Yeah, we're still looking for more bits of the plant. Over on an outcrop to the right. This is roughly where we left. You can see that we are... we were so close to home. Oh, this is a new one, yeah? Okay, we've got a name for them. With all these orbiting polyps and strings, I'm naming this creature the Deep Orrery. That's a lovely name. An ornate creature that casts a net-like arrangement of tentacles and polyps to shock passing prey into submission. Unfortunately, that sometimes includes me. We'll head down this way. A veil waste pile. Bodies of creatures that were trapped in the veils lie piled in the silt. Okay, we can sample this. This is digested remains, which isn't... We've got some, and they're not that amazing as fuel, but we'll take them. The far side of the veil field is outcrop sits silently dappled with warm pockets of life. Okay, we needed to sample something from around here. Bright tangle. They formed a close perimeter, but seem to be keeping their distance. And around here, exposed roots. The petals here have had their roots dug up by some creature. Grab your sample. Yoink. Yoink. Go on this petal root. The bulbous roots of a deep sea plant life from a glowing oasis. And we can grab some fan bits here, which is useful. Because they're good food. Ooh, deep oasis. Glow and Amber found the soft shapes of its petal ordnance. Actually, this might just be pollen. It It is just pollen. I mean, we'll take it while we have it, just in case there's anything here that gets rid of our oxygen. But I'm not expecting there to be. Volcanic shelf. Okay, now we're back to places we've seen. Not down here though. Mirrored veils. Veils on each side are mimicking each other, both in shape and pattern. Oh, that's interesting. They are. Look at that. Interesting. Okay, and now we're kind of through. There were other ways off to the side, further down, that we never went on. And we've got plenty of fuel. So we might as well. We'll take a sample from this while we're here. Because it's food. We'll even ditch a pollen. Because this is just better. We went as left as we could before. So we'll hang right. Or something available. More pollen? That's a spark colony. This is the pollen. There we go. Chuck that. Grab another bit of fan sheath. And we can head off this way. Tangle Edge. Gap in the tightly knotted veils leads to the welcome amber light of another oasis. Ow! I think it was another tentacle boy. I didn't notice him until it was too late. Veil Field. Past the drifting sheets, another pattern of light skirts around the edge of the tangle. A mutual predator to the veils, perhaps. Yeah, look, there you are. You big pain, literally. Creature remains. This veil is hung with the husks of its catches. Okay, no way up to the north. Is this just more... Yeah, more digested remains. That's fine, that means we can eat our existing digested remains. Heal off some of the damage we took. Let the scalpel remain open long enough for us to pass through. They don't seem to move very fast. We're not in particular danger of them closing, I don't think. Okay, yep, other creatures making use of it. Yeah, about that. Like city lights beyond the curtain, I can see the warm pinpricks of an oasis beyond this waxy veil. Okay, yep, we've been all around here. So we're gonna need to cross this one. The veils here create a set of gauzy walls closing off the ocean around. Ow. Translucent shell. Some creature has shed or lost a segment of its tail. This is another one of the ones that we already had? Or is this a different kind of tail? This is a different kind of tail. No, this is the same kind of tail that we've already met. Okay, well, it can't hurt to have another thing. It's another 5% of fuel in our inventory, if nothing else. I think we're going to be taking another ouch as we go this way. I don't want to get too close to this boy, if I can help it. Wait for him to move. And we can go this way. Okay, looks like we're just going down here. Okay, we've been all across here. Is this just pollen? This is pollen. And this is fan sheath. So we'll grab this, eat another one and grab this. We have everything we came for. I just don't know if there's any other ways to go particularly. Dodge, tentacle boy. Yes, another way on. Okay, Vale Field. Veils shimmer along the slope, marked with the glittering lights and the dark remains of those creatures who strayed too close. Now, including me. A wide gap, flanked by the towers, this path leads ever deeper down the slope. Not this way though, this is less deeper down the slope. Okay, I think this was where we branched off before. We had a way to go this way, or a way to go this way. So I think it's time for us to link back up and head back up to the surface. Alright, we've been down for another 3.6 hours. We've got samples in our sample store. Let's ditch some of those. Go to lab. See what we haven't analysed yet. I think I should be able to analyse this now. We saw our final tentacle boy, there we go. With a tail? Okay, fantastic. Coldfire Bathers taxonomy entry updated. Marvellous. So what have we learned? We got this again because we reanalyzed the thing. The deep orrery. Pluricolonia colonial systems. A complex mass of polyps, tentacles, and other structures that form a web-like structure that swims as one. They appear to be asymmetrical with marked differences between individuals. Their orbiting sections are thin, blade-like membranes. Structures resemble strings of translucent pearls. Thread-like tentacles and bulbous polyps also make up part of their bodies. Each has a central mass, protected by a series of cloud-like soft membranes. They're dangerous hunters, capable of tangling up and shocking their prey into submission. Like me! Ouch! Oh, it says they also deploy shocks as a defensive measure when faced with larger creatures like me. Larger creatures, full stop. Like me, full stop. And having analysed tissue from their agile prey, we begin to understand their behaviour. They rely on the dangers presented by deep-sea veils, beside which they are often found. Veils funnel cautious creatures into the orrery's nets, while the orreries themselves don't seem to be affected by the veils. Perhaps they're symbiotic. Outside of this, orreries appear to be mostly lone hunters and have seen no social interactions. Analysis of a polyp has demonstrated they are indeed colonial creatures, made up of both specialized animals of the same species and different creatures of different species. They may need to be reclassified, although that would require extensive study and equipment I don't have access to. What I can say is each one seems to have specialized its own growth based on its requirements. Many of the zooids that are part of the colony are able to shift between medusoid, dactylozoid, tentacular zooids and gastrozooid forms, with incredible speed depending on whether the colony needs to focus on propulsion, feeding, defense, or digestion. Okay. I only know what Medusoid means out of all of these. I can guess that this is arm creature, tentacle creature, and gut creature, at a guess. Oh, they are complicated things, aren't they? Blimey. And we also found a bit of plant. A sample we accrued of root network shows evidence of bulbs. They appear to be a way of the beta storing energy from their photosynthesis with the fan's bioluminescent light. Concealed in rocky cracks, the softer, silty substrate of the seafloor, they must allow betas to outlive the fans. This suggests that despite appearances, it's not the fans which maintain the betas, but the other way around. Betas then, clustered around their bases, create the conditions for fans to grow within, ensuring themselves a regular supply of light in exchange for oxygen. And they look like this. Alright. Back to sample store. We'll grab a couple of these. We'll grab one of these as well. And we'll grab a couple of... Yeah, we'll grab a couple of these. Why not? No, we'll grab one. We'll just grab one. As we have spares, have a look at the dive map. So we seem to have got everything from this section. We can head north and find out whatever the anomaly is. Or we can head in the direction of this other ROV. Something about strange geological signals. I guess this is going to be the anomaly, the square shape. So we may not have to go far, but it does also seem like there's lots of stuff far up this way. We'll do one thing at a time and see if I can like fully do this. Oh, actually, I wanted to check something else out on the map, but it's fine. Shelf edge. Past the shelf, there's only the darkness descending the slope. There may not be many distractions out this way. Just creatures that we've seen before. That was a long way from the Vales, though. I also noticed we do have one other module slot here. I assume this is going to be for our cutting module, when we find a way to cut things. And strangely geometric rocks. Oh, it's a big square. Unknown structure. A huge flat structure bedded into the seafloor. Could Mine have built this? What are we looking at? It appears to be some kind of shaft cut into the bedrock. I can't see the bottom. Who made this? It's been here far longer than anything else. A yawning black shaft that descends into the seafloor, an anomaly that must be solved. Okay, we can descend this way. I guess we shall. Who knows how deep? Well, not very deep. Are we gonna really do this like 15 meters at a time? Open shaft. Object. The suit slabs reveal two dark holes on opposite sides of the shaft. Their torn edges thick with crimson rust. A collapsed room. The compartment is filled with sand and rock, which looks as entered through the collapsed ceiling. There's nothing more to see there. Shadowed corridor. The bent entryway bulges inward, like the interior corridor of some huge creature's distended body. Oh, there's life of some kind here. A pale polyp. These pale creatures are scraping patterns into the walls. What are they? Let's see what we can find out. Almost motionless polyp. Its waving cilia is anchored to the metal plating. Its pale flesh is drained of colour. Sound drifts soften the metal room. On the far wall, strange spirals glint in the headlamps as a pale creature obsessively traces their pattern. Curious. This way. This way. Down another level. At least rising and lowering doesn't cost me fuel. Only one way out. Entry seal. A huge round doorway sealed by thin metal security iris, the plates of which are furred with orange rust. It's some kind of facility. What was happening down here? Why would someone bury this place? We have to get inside. Sealed tight. We need to find a tool to cut through the security iris. But I guess that's it. Nothing else for us here. Time to head home. We didn't learn much. But we found a new creature. We can just head out. Down for another 3 hours. Dive up offline. Hey, you're online again. I've been trying to sleep, but I can't stop thinking about that impossible shaft, that anomaly. What's it doing here? 1,000 meters deep, leading ever deeper into the bedrock. There's something wrong about it. There's history here that's been forgotten. We need to get inside. Maybe we can find another way out by the other ROV. Could it have uncovered something equally strange? Only one way to find out. I doubt I'll be sleeping again before this thing is done. So are you in the hab? No, are you down in the med bay still? No, where are you? Right, the comms. Where are you, Ellery? I don't see you anywhere. Oh, there you are, you're in the lab. Okay. I don't think I have any new samples for you, do I? No, okay. So, I'm thinking it's going to be better to dive from here and go this way, rather than retrace our steps all the way back. Because this does seem to be the branching off point, like, right here. So, we'll head down to see what we find. I think we can go left or right around this. So yeah, here we go. Eastern Plain. East of the ridge, a small rise opens into a flat plain of dimpled silt. A featureless expanse, lit flatly by the suit's lamps. No veils here so far. Bubbling sands. Interesting. Obviously there's life below the surface. Sediment trails. Unknown creatures mark the sand. mean, one of the things about the deep ocean is if there's not a huge silt influx, trails like that can last ages. Bubbles of methane trickle out from beneath the silt. Interesting. Pockmarks. Ahead, the seeps have created small craters in the seabed. The brine is gathering in clouded pools. Oh, what the hell? Are these alive? They're showing up yellow. Brine pools. A shimmering landscape of ghostly pools. The dense brine sitting in the craters like undersea ponds. Brine pools. The methane seeps here must be forming them. Also, my screen has turned more yellow. Pools themselves will be toxic and also anoxic. Let's navigate carefully. They are beautiful fog-skinned puddles sunk into the seabed, but they are dangerous. I feel like we could just not step on them. I feel like we could just go around them. The seeps imprint the geological patterns of the underlying rock into the silt, forming both deep pools and untouched rises. This is going to knock out our oxygen, isn't it? Yes, okay. I've brought the wrong equipment. I've brought fuel, and we needed oxygen. We need all that blooming pollen! Creature tracks. Patterns of dents in the sand show the paths of the feathery creatures that cross from pillar to pillar. Oh, I haven't seen the feathery creatures yet, but I assume I'm about to. Is that you guys? No, you're fronds. These swaying fronds, are they a colony or a single creature? They wave their matted leaf-like limbs through the water. Each limb is carefully dipped into the brine pools one by one before pulling back. Occasionally it sweeps its limbs back into the hairy mass of its body. What is it doing? I mean, that seems like a fairly obvious feeding behavior. Oh, boys! I'd like to call these lung crests. Those bubbles they carry on their backs are so cumbersome. Oh, these are okay. These are the crabs with the bubbles on their back. A shelled crab-like creature which scavenges the ocean floor in search of nutrients. Carries a mucus-lined bubble on its back. I'm surprised we haven't found any sample bits of them in the other place, but okay. Species says raid incoming. Uh-oh. Everyone, batten down the hatches. Gird your diving suits. You can't take many precautions when you're in a diving suit, I'll be honest. You're sort of left to fend for yourself out in the open ocean. Just as I see there's a spy here. Oh no, quick. Let's not have more spy discourse. There's no Halugi. Kingo says hello, Raiders. I guess we'll say hello, Raiders, as well when Raiders arrive. Oh my goodness. Fion, thank you so much for this totally unexpected and untelegraphed raid. Welcome on in. Welcome on in Trans Rights, welcome Talk, welcome Siegfried, welcome Brownie the Third. Thank you, Yubi, so much for the follow. Welcome on into you as well. Welcome Transgali, welcome Andreas, welcome Sassy. Oh my goodness, how's it going? I hope you all are having a lovely day. We are deep in the middle of the ocean. Oh my goodness, Fitzmeister, thank you so much for the follow. Natalie, hello there. Fion, do tell me, how did trucking go after I left? Did you make all your successful deliveries? Oh, you might be off. That's fair if you're off. Other people then, tell me how Fion's stream went, and I will introduce you to In Other Waters, this lovely, if a little bit, visually simple, shall we say, underwater alien planet game. Fiona says, I crashed so much, but you did succeed. You accumulated 550% truck damage. Wow. That's crazy. I shouldn't have left. I shouldn't have left you there. You certainly can't be trusted on your own. Congrats on getting it done eventually, I suppose. My goodness. That's a lot of crashes. Did chat play any part of that? Andreas got timed out twice. Only twice, Andreas, with the things you were saying. Wow. No, it was all you. Wow. I feel like you shouldn't say that's true. I did have the first and possibly most spectacular single crash out of the whole game. You're absolutely right there, Transrex. For those who aren't aware, I was trucking in Fion's convoy before stream time. They were playing Euro Truck Sim. I should do a shout out. That's the thing that you do. And Lovely Humans Radio. Everybody knows who Fion is anyway, but you know it's there, and if somehow you're here and you're not following Fion, you absolutely should be. They're a wonderful streamer to watch, and indeed a wonderful streamer to truck with. You threatened to ram Fion and swerved in the last second. Oh dear. Also, Andreas, thank you so much for the follow as well. So we are in Other Waters. This is a game by the folks who made Citizen Sleeper. Which I have not played, but I've heard many good things about. We are the AI in the suit of a researcher called Dr. Ellery Vass, who has just come down to this planet and made first contact, possibly, with alien life. Not intelligent alien life, probably. But it's all aquatic ocean based, and we control the suits. We choose where she goes. But we don't see the world. We merely see, oh my goodness, species. Thanks for the applause, I think. It seems insulting to the alien life. So Dr. Vass has theories about like the mushrooms being like intelligent, having complex communications with each other, and farming. And I personally think that everything she has seen and observed can be adequately explained by normal levels of non-sapient symbiosis. Although this is a very symbiosis-heavy planet, it must be said. But yeah, so we are currently down in the deepest part of the deep ocean. We found some highly toxic brine pools. They sap our oxygen when we cross them. And we've also just found these little guys. Hang on a sec. Oh my god, that's a huge brine pool. We found these little guys here, bristling fronds. We need to observe a few more of them to get a good impression of what they're like. But they dip their little arms in the brine pools and pull them out and eat what they find. Which is dead interesting. We've also found these lung crests. Crabs with a big old oxygen bubble on their back. Oh, and we've got a sample candidate. This is good. So a lot of this game is just you trundle around the ocean floor, you find interesting things to observe, and write them down, or you take samples of them. It says highly toxic brine pools. They've been around too many League players. Highly toxic and very salty. Oh dear. A mucus bubble sits on the silt, shed from the back of the bubble-skinned creatures. Well, that sounds like something we want. So we do a little. It's not really a mini game, but we're gonna call it a sampling mini game. So grab ourselves a mucus bubble. It's full of oxygen, which is great if we have to cross more of these pools. Because for some reason, even though we're in a diving suit, we can't just swim over the pools, we have to like wade through them. It's very silly. Bristling fronds. The thick hairs of each frond seem to be mottled with a reddish substance. Does it grow there? I suspect it might be from the pools themselves, some kind of iron oxide, perhaps. While some pools transition into bare sand, transrites, others are choked with fronds. So yeah, so these ones that we first saw are bare, and these ones have all the frondy boys around the edge. A pool network, a complex pattern of pools, shimmering with toxic chemistry, the best kind. More frondy boys. When the limb is removed from the brine, the red substance seems to glow brighter, shifting in colour. Methane seep. Among the pools, a pillar of shining bubbles. Is this going to hurt us? It is going to hurt us. That's a shame. I was hoping we could cut it fine enough to not get caught. Bristling fronds. Seems the substance caked into these creatures' hair is reacting to the brine. doke. Microbial mats. We love microbial mats. Okay, so there's it's a fairly chilled kind of game. You wander around mostly at your own pace. There's areas where you like take oxygen damage over time, but there's only like one place. We've covered it all more or less already, so it's not much of a problem. Other than that, we just kind of chill out, grab some stuff, nerd out about some science things. Brine mat, an orange bacterial mat sampled from beside a brine pool. And yeah, see what interesting things this planet has to offer us, or at least has to offer the human who is inside of us. From this slight elevation, the glowing surface of a huge brine lake can be seen towards the east. I assume that is this area down here, the huge brine lake. Maybe it's these though. Frond colonies. Living motion creates a hypnotic sense of motion. Okay, there's a way through here. Glistening bubble sample candidate. This could be the same kind of bubble that we already have. Ow, we take a little bit of oxygen damage getting there. Take a little bit more when we're coming back. Oh, what? There's a new boy here. Stilt-legged stone. How can these creatures survive out here among the brine? I'll start keeping notes. This tall crab-like creature towers above the brine pool. An unusual assortment of rocks, shells, and bones adorn its back. Fashionable. Okay, we've unlocked enough of these fronds to give them a name. We're calling them brine eaters. Branching feathery fronds which grow alongside brine pools, carefully dipping their matted and stained limbs in and out of the brine. I should also say to raiders who have come in, if you need to head off, then you are obviously more than free to do so. I am hosting my first ever scary Tipathon thing tomorrow for my official affiliate anniversary. It's gonna be scary. There's gonna be digging up dinosaurs. There'll be my actual real life hands. Hopefully I'll manage to get my nails done in time for that so they can look all pretty for you guys. But anybody who is around for that, it will be more than lovely to see you. Yeah. that's the plug I should be doing. Alright, so what's this? This is on top of a pool. So we're gonna have to be real in and out. Glowing shape sample candidate. A faint pulsing glow like lightning in a storm can be seen beneath the cloudy brine. Well, off we go. Oh, I navigated away from that. Grab, scan, go. Okay. Right, what's this thing that we got? This brine lake is vast. I can't see the other side. What might be hiding within its toxic fog? Do you think life might survive out there? Absolutely. It's true this planet has shifted my ideas about what is survivable. These lakes are survivable on Earth! Perhaps there is something out there waiting to be discovered. Or more likely, it's just out there sort of trying to have a meal. Okay, and what was this thing? Brine shell. A glowing shell found among the brine. It looks almost like a little fishy head. Like, there's his little eye. There's his little mouth. Going ob, 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 ob. And then this, like, goes back towards where the body of the fish would be. We also got more of these guys, the lung crest. I think I saw a faster moving thing around somewhere. Brine waves. Something out in the dark is sending slow waves to this burning beach. Oh wow, this is a massive lake. Oh my god. Another stilt-legged stone. I'm seeing it take dead remains from the brine pool and decorate itself. Trophies of shell and bone. What do we think is the betting it doesn't like us? Water is a blinding milky white flow in the headlamps. It's coming real close. Is it gonna pick us up? No, it's just gonna move past us. Okay. I don't know if we can go further out this way or not. It may be worth leaving it until we know that we can evacuate at a moment's notice. Which we can't do yet. Take a little bit more oxygen damage going across there, but we have to remember that this area is here. Deep crater. This hole cuts deep into the bedrock of the plain. Could be caused by a seep. It looks more like an impact crater. Ellery, can you plot our routes more carefully so we don't keep skimming along these pools? I don't really know where the ROV that we're headed towards is. My guess is it's not going to be across there, so I think I probably want to start heading more left and come back. Pool network. Brine pools mark the plain on all sides, densely packed around the vast lake. Crater strip. Unlike the shallow seep marked in the south, these deep craters plunge through the silt and into the bedrock. There's a fast boy. Oh, it's just one of you again, okay. These aren't seep pools. Something impacted the seafloor here. Meteors? How'd they get so deep? Or could a creature have left these? You thinking they're big old footprints, Ellery? A thin causeway leads between the pools away from the lake, but not away from the lake enough for Ellery to avoid it. Cloudy pool. It'd be beautiful if it wasn't so toxic. Also like League of Legends. Okay, it looks like there's going to be a little dead end off here. There's a pool here that might be a sample point. Glowing shape. Has the sharp shape of a shell, perhaps skeletal remains. We'll head over, get ready for sampling, and then head straight back. Alrighty, gimme. Eat. Oh, I pushed the wrong button, didn't I? I didn't actually eat it. Where are we going? Leaving. Ow, that was a numpty nana thing to do. But we did it anyway. North Passage. Siltbank class passage between the two parallel strips of craters. So do we think this could be another artificial feature? These craters, if they seem too deep for meteors. An empty crater. Empty of brine, this crater was clearly caused by a large impact, showing radial cracks in the rock. Okay. Isolated oasis. Despite the toxic brine, this glowing oasis clings to its rock, even as it is melted away. Oh, so we have seen some of these guys before. These are the, no, that's not what I wanted. These are the cold fire fans and the cold fire bathers. They have a sort of a weird energy negative. Oh, I'm full up. Hang on, I'll eat some of these for oxygen. They have a weird energy negative mutual parasitism kind of thing going on. Is that it? That's it, okay. And these boys we can eat for fuel. I don't really need fuel right now, but what do I have spare? Well, the brine mats are worse fuel. So let's eat a brine mat. We'll eat that for oxygen. We'll grab one of these for fuel. Oh, this is a dead end. Oh, okay. Are you sure? I was sort of expecting this to be the way to the ROV. Can I head off in this direction at all? Have I just gone on a complete dead end? Difficult to know. Walls seem to cover a huge part of the seabed, radiating out from the lake in ornate patterns. Ah, disabled ROV. Okay, lovely. The ROV must have been attracted by some signal among the pools. It became another victim of the corrosive brine. I was not far off in the end. Looks like this one was disabled by the brine. The supplies many equipped it with are still intact. We can resupply. Open the terminal, let's see what this little guy found. Okay, map data. That sounded like a creature noise. Oh wow, you found something big, little guy. It looks like... Is that a wreck? Incredible. The brief field stretches all the way northwest from you. It must have been large, a freighter or a research vessel. You have to go see this thing. Come on, we can head back to base after. I want to head back to base now, actually. Sorry and all. Oh, actually, I've got plenty of oxygen and fuel. So I'm going to check out this bit down here first. Strangely clear of creature tracks. Okay. Crater pattern. A radial pattern of depressions in the rocks, just debris expanding outward from the impact point. Silt Island. Hemmed in by toxic pools, this small ice looks out across a landscape of deep craters of unrelenting darkness. Very dramatic. Okay, let's check up on this one and then see if we can't find a slightly less oxygen intensive way. Oh, maybe this is actually the best way to go down there and then across to here. Glistening bubble, a mucus bubble. Oh, we've already got loads of these. Okay, we'll head back. We'll head back home. No, I don't need to do this to head back home. I can just go home. Right, now we know we need to bring oxygen stuff with us that I've previously been throwing out as junk. Okay, chuck everything in storage. Go do some sample analysis. What we got? Brine shell. No relevant taxonomy, that's fair. Brine eaters taxonomy updated. And this thing, the mucus bubble. Lung crest taxonomy updated. Gorgeous. So let's go nerd out over the stuff we discovered. So the lung crests resemble large crabs. They're instantly recognizable by the large multi-chain bubbles on their back. Oh, okay, we have this. Function is unclear. Each individual produces slightly different bubble forms. They seem to be filled with gas, but we cannot know which gases without analysing them, which we have just done. To feed, they use their complex mouthparts to chew up silt and rock, slowly and systematically working through their territory. Unique to each creature, I've yet to see one trespassing on another's garden. After finding a shed bubble, it's been possible to analyse its contents. Mostly oxygen with some methane, nitrogen and CO2. Seems in its processing of minerals, lungcrests are able to produce and process these gases, perhaps with a bacterial symbiont. But what are the bubbles for? They could be defensive. Why the carefully managed cocktail of gases? We should need to inspect a shell, okay, which we haven't found. And the brine eaters, hairy frond-like creatures that live in clumps. They sway their limbs through the pools, whisking the cloudy brine as they do. We don't know what the substance is. The eaters intentionally foster its growth. Individual eaters can be hard to isolate from the clumps they live in. Okay, we found the bacteria. It's the main source of their nutrition. This bacteria is extremophile in nature, metabolizes the brine. The eater repeatedly dips the bacteria in order to regulate its growth, with each dip causing a rapid increase in reproduction. When the limb is thick with microbes, it then wipes it across another frond. Then much of the bacteria is quickly digested, leaving just enough behind to regrow the colony. I think the name brine eater is a misnomer. It is the bacteria which eats the brine. Okay, and we need a tissue sample to get more. So, let's go back down to the sample store. What gives us oxygen? Yeah, again. Fan dust does, I suppose. We have loads of it. Doesn't give us very much, but sure, I'll take a couple of fan dust with me. You don't. And we don't have very many of any of you. Okay, we'll just take the 2 fan dust. We should have new things on our dive map? Yes. Okay, so there's samples that she wants are far to the north. Sample request, brine eaters tissue. Any brine eaters in the north are in grazer territory. Maybe we can find some chewed up ones. I can't seem to click on this one here. I don't know why I can't click on it, but I can't click. Interesting. But that's something that we need to find. But I want to see how far out onto this lake we can get first. We might not be able to go out onto the lake almost at all. But I want to find out. Okay, we head down here. Get to this glistening bubble. We can sample this. Take a mucus bubble with us. That's 40% oxygen. So actually, this is actually a really good repeatable way of harvesting high oxygen things. If we ever want to farm them for some reason. Like, say, because we want to go investigate the bloom. A stained slab of basalt juts out of the brine pools, providing a tiny safe zone from the toxic glimmet. Okay. There's a way down here to right on the edge. Complex pools. The edges of the lake are like a miniature landscape. Okay, we can rest here, but we're about to head out. Toxic waters. The sharp shapes of remains jut out from the pale brine like mountain peaks below clouds. Okay, and once we're out here, we are losing oxygen the whole time. Distant lights. Toxic waters. I see tall shapes. Oh, that's definitely a creature noise. Brine inlet. Is this safe? No. Go here, quickly. Quickly. I can read what this actually said. Sampling available here as well, which is good. The sand between the pools runs down the lake. Is this island being swallowed, or is that just my paranoia? And we found another one of the bone boys. Blue smears glow faintly on the remains. Are they bioluminescent creatures or chemical phenomena? Interesting. Either way, let's grab a quick snack of oxygen. There's other things to explore on this island. This meager patch of high ground provides dreamlike respite from the milky waters. Can I actually get home from here? Okay, we are still in the mapped region. There's a way across the lake there, which presumably takes me home. A shed carapace. Small smooth carapace sits between the pools. Could this island be a refuge for juvenile creatures? I'm guessing this is a bit of the stone riders, which is probably what we want to come out here for. It's worth nothing to us for food or fuel. Oh, did I not sample this? No, I did sample this. It still says sample candidate, but it's obviously not still a sample candidate. Glowing shape. From the small pool at the lake's edge, a pale blue pulse is flashing. swear I see lights blinking response out above the brine light. Interesting. Okay, we're taking damage. Let's grab whatever this is. Oh, it's just another brine shell. Okay, nothing else out here. Doesn't even give us oxygen. Never mind. Okay, let's see if this is a way home. Out this way like I thought it was. I may have to eat something along the way, so we'll keep an eye on our oxygen levels. The ocean floor rises back out of the pale brine into a series of rounded pools. Toxic waters. I swear I can hear the brine eating away at me. Okay, and then they're home free. Ow. To a given definition of the word free. What was this? Oh wait, where is that one? Burning beach. The edge of the lake is stained with brightly coloured bacterial mats, which recede beneath the cloudy toxic mass of the brine itself. Brine shore. The curve of the lake shore extends out of sight, and the other side of this vast depression is too far out into the dark to be seen. We may need to top up again, but I'm going to avoid it if we can. A haze lifting from the lake and the pools all around make visibility very poor. Vague shapes flit in and out of columns of bubbles. I think this is roughly where we were before. This lake is bigger than any sea post seen on Earth. The volume of methane trapped in the bedrock must be impossibly vast. Exciting. Okay, and then we've been up there. Sand Peninsula. It seems like a safe way to here, so I'll take it. Pale rise. Small bank of silt is slowly slipping away. Okay, and then we've been out there. That's fine. So we head back this way. Back this way. And these ones are new to us. Silt strip. Between the wall of the ridge is a wide strip of pale and silvery silt. There's something up north of us. Is that north of where the ROV itself was? I can't quite make out. Position-wise. I hope this will be on the map. I'll be able to see. Microbial mat, sample candidate. Excellent. And then we've been here before. So grab a bit of this. It's not good eatings, but it is some eatings. I think kind of might be worth heading back up to the top side. So we saw there is a way up there, I think it was. See if I can figure out where we are on the map. And then see if that is north of us in like more story progression way, or if that is just somewhere I need to go. Yeah, do that. Link up, request retrieval. How long have we been going? We're going 2.25 hours. That's pretty good stream time. Doing alright. Should be going for at least another, I say at least another, for about another hour probably. Right, let's bung stuff in storage. I think I should be able to take those mucus bubbles back out. Nothing for these still? Nothing for those. What about this? No, nothing for that yet either. That's fine. So back to the sample store. Where were those mucus bubbles? They are lifeblood. potentially. I only need one because we're going to grab another one while we're out there. And then... oh, this map is terrible. The map is useless. I don't know where we were on it. I have to sort of try and roughly reverse engineer my way back. It was down here. There. To sample the bubble. I don't really know where it was. Was I here? I think I was here. This looks right. Okay, so it was basically where we were. Draining pool. Some of them are emptying of brine, leaving only shallow layers. Okay, so we are right near the ROV site. Sandy rise, the pools continue to the north. Why do they stretch so far away from the main body of the lake? Is this the ROV? No. I've got quite turned around already in this short span of it. Okay. The ROV is here somewhere. We've been here. Is the ROV down this way? Deep pollen is actually very useful to us. Is this the ROV? Where the hell is the ROV? We were right at it! Not very long ago at all. There we go. Okay, there's the ROV. So that's the way to the end. I want to backtrack because there were other ways that we didn't go. I want to see what they look like. And because we can now just sort of flee whenever we feel like. I should be pretty free to do that. Lake Causeway. This rise projects out towards the last brine lake. Poisoned remains. Along the edge of the larger pools, the shells and skeletons of creatures loom out of the silt. See, why can't I talk? Why can't I sample like all of these things? That's what I want to do. I want to sample them all. Okay, now we've linked back up to a place that we have been. We can sample this. It's not the best foods, but we can sample it. Okay. Looking for anything up in this direction. Help, sizzle, sizzle. Okay, we might be more almost back to where we started from. That may have been all the side exploration that we needed to do, because we're now out of the brine pools area. And I think this was pretty linear back to the ROV. back here. Right, we can head back up then. Head back up. I don't think we got anything of interest to dump, but we got some things. Honestly, this is all spare. I kind of might as well take this all with me. Maybe I'll drop one mucus bubble, just so I don't use one when I don't need to. But back down to the RV site, and I'm heading to the northwest, where there's apparently a big wreck. Some humans who've come before us. Debris fields. Parts of it lie all around, huge jointed forms of corroded metal. This planet is very corrosive. The bloom corrodes stuff. Now the brine pools down here are corroding stuff. Here's the edge of the debris trail. Something sank here, and by the spread of debris exploded. It's been here for years, decades. The metal is corroded to little more than a frame. That could be centuries. This has to be connected to that vast shaft we found north of here. Something big happened, something no one was meant to find. But Minnie found it. Our ex. And now we found it. This huge piece of debris has been distorted and twisted by the brine, leaving it totally unrecognizable. Okay, looks like we've got another frond. Metal lumps. Like seeds thrown to the wind. Twisted frame. The spars of the frame stick out in the sun like fractured ribs. Oh, there's a boy. Yes, we got him. I call these mournful creatures brine striders. They are walking lanterns calling out in the dark. A salt-legged, crab-like creature that clears the brine pool of dead remains, providing a habitat for glowing life on its wide shell. Okay, hopefully that'll also let us scan some stuff again. Broad flat plates of the wreck. Interesting. Silt strip. Right. Oh, there are two of these? No, that's a long crest. Okay. Wreck Oasis. Warm glow lights the cracked and corroded skin of the plates. Where does the glow come from? 1500 meters deep. You're not... Oh, you're Coldfire fans, okay. Eaten fronds. Not to be confused with eaten mess. Fronds crowd this piece of debris, some eaten away by the local grazers. Broken limbs lie all around we could sample. Glorious. I wasn't meant to do this. This is one of my tasks. They are NAF oxygen, moderate fuel. Okay, and then there's another point up here that we can hit. Glowing fan sample candidate. Tuck this up inside of a vast corroded plate. I think it is very possible that this wreck could be centuries old rather than just decades. You know, if all of this ecology has built up around them. Okay, no way on in this direction it seems. So we're heading back a little ways. Get slightly sizzled. Then hull entry. A split in what must have once been the vessel's hull allows passengers into the overgrown interior of Yorkshire. Okay, so we're now inside the ship apparently. that another? Okay, these are water bulbs. Interesting. A melted corridor. We're entering the main body of the wreck now. It's little more than a husk. It's impossible to tell anything from these rusted plates. Whose ship was this? The local ecosystem looks to have been scraping away at this thing for decades. Nothing much left for us. An overgrown bay, perhaps a cargo hold. By frond-like creatures. Oh, the brine eaters are here in the ship where there is no brine. Interesting. Very interesting. Sealed locker. Half buried in sand, the industrial seals of the equipment locker have held. A still sealed dive suit locker. Let's see if I can get it open. I think I can lever it. Yes! Okay. There's not a lot here. Is there an oxyacetylene torch? Yes! Okay, amazing. That's exactly what we needed. Could be salvaged. This Bicle tech? Hard to tell. Looks compatible with the suit. Okay. So we'll be able to start cutting things when we get back to the lab. But there's still more to find here. Plates of the wreck buckle and bend outwards, bent away by some huge interior force. Oh, here we've got brine pools again, okay. More impact craters. Melted debris. This was a huge wreck. Okay. Flooded craters. Could this set of seeps have been created by the wreck's impact? Perhaps it breached the bedrock, protecting the methane below. Makes sense. Big old ship crashing into you. It'll smash some stuff. Discarded shell. Okay, we can sample it here. That sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. Okay, we're not still sat in oxygen death, which is nice. Crested shell. I can't remember who we needed that for, but we did need that. That was on our to-do list. Okay, there was something further in somewhere. Is it up here? It was up here. Wreck Garden. The wreck has become a sanctuary for the ocean's life. There's a beauty to its reclamation. I kind of wonder how many people might have died here. There's a wreck here, then there were people. And if there were people, why doesn't everyone know about this place and its life? We spent centuries looking for life outside of Earth and found nothing. I've seen so many dead planets, I've certified each of them clear of life. Just so an exoplanet extraction corp can pick them clean for maximum profit. Strip mine them for the resources our species needs. This place is impossible, 1 in millions, yet it's already marked by our greedy fingerprints. Who brought the ship here? This has to be the history Millie wanted. Let's head back to base. There's more to find, I'm sure of it. I mean, we will, but not prematurely, Ellery. North of here, the debris field fades away as the ocean floor slopes towards the abyssal plain. We're done when there's nothing left to explore, and admittedly you are in charge of that, because you can stop setting waypoints, which you have just done. But I had one more waypoint that you set to explore, okay? I tell you when we're done, not the other way around. Okay, how will we sleep? 3.6 sleeps. Good. We've got another log. Something has happened. Come to medical now. Mene is growing? I haven't dared to go in. What the hell? Her vitals are unreadable, but she's still alive. Changing her somehow, okay. I've been sat here watching her, I don't know what to do. You think she's in pain? I think she's comatose. She doesn't seem to be suffering, but I don't know what this is. There are procedures. Every base stack is equipped with quarantine systems. I can authorize the lab to be purged and ended now. Is that still Mine? What do you think? Should I authorize the purge? No. We need to monitor her, to try to understand what is happening here. Thank you. I think a purge now would be premature. We don't know what is going on. I won't be afraid of what I don't understand. We can find the answers together. We can do this. I've hooked up that cutting torch in the debris fields. We can cut into that anomaly we found on the slopes, as well as other things that we need to cut into. Bring to samples, we're going to need all the power and oxygen we can get. No more secrets. Okay, so you need me down in medical. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that yeah. I see the problem. Mine. I'll be honest. Maybe I made the wrong call. But so long as the lab can stay secure and you're not showing any signs of infection yourself, it's probably fine. Like, you didn't really touch her. You didn't eat anything that she ate. You didn't breathe any of the water that she was somehow breathing. I'm sure all of those extra dots are fine. Ish. Let's read what she has to say in her log. Is she still Mine? What's this place done to her? I've barely been able to leave the medical level, though I dare not enter the surgery. Those few months on Kepler-62, it was clear that she was struggling with something. We never spoke about it. Behind her intensity lay the frenzied self-doubt. She never talked about her family. All I knew, she was a rare spacer born out in the black, on some orbital military base. Some days she wouldn't leave the berth, curled up small and staring silently out. Would she do this on purpose? Open up her suit and willingly slip into the deep? I suppose it doesn't matter now. All I can do is monitor her. At least I'm not alone. Oh, Pat. I don't know if she means me or if she means Mine, but either way, oh, Pat. We've got some things to check in the sample store. Oh, there's the new stuff for the dive map, sure. Right, samples to analyze. Try this one again. Young carapace. Fantastic. Crested shell. Lovely. Bristly limb. And this fish head, maybe, finally? Amazing. Okay, I hope that is then now completed. So, we found a new thing on Lung Crest. Sampling the shell has made the function of their mucus-lined bubbles clear. The bubbles are in fact natural scuba gear. Oh, they enter into the brine pools. They move around in the anoxic environment of the brine lake. There's a clear vent which allows the Lung Crest to access the gas within the bubble without breaking it. The slow speed and sheer ignorance of what goes on around them. Wow. I'll be sure to say hello to these fellow divers. Aww. Oh, they're not very pretty. I was imagining something a bit pretty. Oh, there's like multiple bubbles. I hadn't realized. Okay. Right, inspecting the tissue of a brine eater shows that despite a full nervous system, they have no brain. Not the first thing, so to have that. Regeneration and tissue samples suggest that they could be regrown from just a single piece. They're highly resistant to predatory damage. They're so resilient that I would expect the brown eaters and their variants might be found all across this ocean, each one grown from the smallest fragment of one original individual deep in the past of this planet. Well, they look kind of like what I expected them to look like, with sort of bristly tendrils. Okay, the brine strider. This is the weirdest thing we've found so far. Towering crab-like creatures, reed-like legs, keep their carapace from the toxic waters that claim most other creatures. The bones and shells of creatures that die in the pools adorn their carapace. Among these rocky piles, smears of bioluminescence glow blue. Why do the striders make these creatures a home in the first place? I'm also curious how, if they're vulnerable to the brine, do adolescents reach the heights required to survive? In order to understand more about these obscure creatures, perhaps we need to analyze the remains they gather. A complex chain of chemical reactions. A form of extremophile bacteria feeds on the brine's chemical traces. When they collect these remains, they also collect bacterial colonies. They produce a bright glow, a side effect of their metabolism. What is the nature of the relationship? An analysis of a juvenile strider's carapace paints an enigmatic but beautiful picture. The adornments only begin as the brine strider matures, each arrangement being the life's work of that individual. When they live apart from each other, it seems they still communicate. Their adornments act as beacons, they can signal for food, to mate, and they keep company from afar. Gathering the remains in their glowing bacterial colonies is a ritualistic process. Okay. And this is what they look like. Also uglier than I'd imagined. Most things so far in this game have been slightly uglier than I imagined them to be. Okay, so we've got things on the dive map. So we have the potential source of the bloom, which we could cut into with our new torch. We have the anomaly up here that she wants us to cut into with our torch. And actually out on the east reef over here, we have a weird octopus creature that we couldn't cut into yet. I think I want to go to the octopus creature. Oh, Pat! Oh, sweetie! Oh, King Girl, I'm sure that's not true. Oh dear. I can't quite remember what the way to get over here is. I'm sure it will be fine. We will need to spend some oxygen to cross the ravine, because we need our super suit boost to do that. But that should be fine. Suit boost. Pump. And then deploy. Go. 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 In theory, we've been all over here. And once we are here, we don't need the super boost anymore. We can just grab whatever sample bits are nicely and easily around. So that we can eat them for fuel and oxygen later. Gorgeous. There's something to sample over here, so we'll eat this. See, here there's the silk strands that don't hurt us. To kind of, I guess, lead us into the idea of the silk strands that will hurt us later on. I can't remember exactly where we're going, but it's somewhere in this direction. Oh my god, there's loads of silk strands. Blimey. I don't know which I'm going to need more of, oxygen or fuel. But she told me to bring, like, basically my A game, so... What's this? Oh, this is also bright pollen. I mean, bright pollen is still better for us than strands. So we'll fill up on that. Fill up on this. Can't remember exactly where it was. It was somewhere over to the right. Probably north. Because this is the one that doesn't have any garden on it. What are we doing here? Heading out into the open ocean? No more wandering, we should be heading deeper. That's where the answers lie. Call in the drone, we need to cut our way into the anomaly at the bottom of that shaft. Oh, rude! Really? You won't let me go cut the other thing? Oh, Ellery! I didn't even realize you could, like, stop me from doing that. Oh, that's so rude of you! Okay, fine. Wow. I didn't think it would force me to actually do the story this much. Alright. Have it your way then. At least it's not far. I assume this amount of random stuff that I've picked up will be enough. Maybe it won't be. We've got quite a lot though. We've got a full inventory, and it's all spare, so it's all just to be... There is no other use for it. Alright, in and down. We're going all the way down. Right. Scan. Here. Torch available. Okay, so prime. Which looks like it ate some fuel, maybe? Am I doing anything? Okay, that just cut through it. Okay, sure. That didn't actually use that much either. Sand and rock fills one side of the accessway. Dark holes in the walls and ceiling reveal layers of eaten away piping ducts. Entry hall. Beyond the doorway, a vast dark space opens out in the rock, filled with the skeletal remains of rusted machines. But interestingly, even though we are far below the level of the... Oh, okay. We are losing oxygen here. Red sediment. This place is huge. How the hell is it built down here? There's very little oxygen for the rebreather to cycle here, so we're running on reserves. Let's move. Ruined hall wants a loading bay or vehicle hangar. Rusted platform. Derelict vehicle. Arcology entry. I can't remember what an arcology is, I don't have the time to go and look it up. Open lock? What the fuck is this? Scan that. User X Otero. Dive recorder. Massive breach, life support will fail in 2 hours. Is there anyone from Baikal on this channel? Please respond. Okay. Derelict buildings. There's a Baikal markings. What was an exoplanet extraction corp doing here? I worked for Baikal. Mine did too. They built the suit, they built the base. They mine exoplanets. They helped drive forward humanity's expansion. They discovered life we would have known. Everyone would have known, unless something happened here they didn't want anyone to know about. Buried concourse. Okay, let's see if I can get a closer look at whatever the hell this is. Do you have anything more to say? Sandy clearing. Shaka says, happy affiliate anniversary, AR the end, but I'm here. You being here is still wonderful. And welcome in. Thank you for the well wishes as well, Shaka. An alleyway, okay, with another iris. Torch available. Prime. Ignite. Back much later than expected, very near the end. I'm here, and Twitch put the end part of this message on that one. Alright, so we have gotten down into this wreck. We've cut our way in. We're finding some dive recorders. Site 2 is silent, there's nothing from the Ophilos. Site 1 is off-grid. Where are the rescue teams? Scattered seats, chairs lie in disarray. Breakroom. Okay, what's this? Another pale polyp. Sounds suggests it's eroding the surface below through its cilia, absorbing nutrients from the metal. User G. Jones. Nothing from the Ophilos, their feed just cut out. They're being erased here. Baikal is pulling the plug? So did Baikal deliberately kill these people? This obedience will be reported. Consider your next action carefully. We're dead and buried here. The Ophilos is going down. God damn it, what are they doing to my ship? We're leaving now. Work boots. Lie quietly in the corner, overflowing with silt. Oh dear. I guess that was Vokalos, whoever they were. Heavy drift. Missing wall. Another one of these polyps. Polyp's flesh recoils at the barest hint of pressure. Oh, that's a feature, is it? Whoops. Earth plates are marked with elaborate spiraling patterns. Their makers ghostly polyps. Guess we're going into this dark corner. Bright spirals. We could sample the mucus here. Oh, excellent. Let's grab some of that. I might be full up. Hang on. Give me some oxygen. I don't know how many sample points there's going to be. Oh, a few. Okay. I have one for fuel as well. I don't like the red sort of overglow. Another polyp. Slow Mason! Slow colourless polyps found inside the archaeology ruins. Called for their slow glacial etching into the archaeology's walls. They're hypnotic. Crushed rune. Blocked corridor. Filled with sand. The breach must have been catastrophic. Okay, this looks like a dead end. Bent desk. A Baikal branded mug holds a pile of rotting paper. Okay, another log. Use a K Tsuruta. No one has come to dig us out. Constantine has cost us everything. The entry hall just breached. This is it. Okay. So they were trapped here for some time, having been abandoned. And then there was a catastrophic breach, it seems. Oh, another two of these. Hello. Oh, I've already read these two. Oh, the crushed room. Totally obliterated by rock and sand. Sorry for what we did here. Oh god, okay. Ruined bus. Shapes of tiered bunks, this is where they slept. This place isn't a facility, it's a city. How many more died here? Those are that dive recorders buried under rock and sand. Makes my skin crawl. User Esieto. I'm going to get some shut-eye. First year engineering shift is in 4 hours. See you in 3. Bus entry. K. Anderson. Don't know that, Jason. They're gonna come for us. No one is coming. We both know that. J. Opuli. This is presumably Jason. I lied to get here, Kai, and now I'm going to pay for it. This isn't even my real name. Oh god, this is the overalls they were wearing as they died. Jesus. Okay, nothing else here. O2 is holding for now because we ate those things. If you're ever running out of oxygen, consider eating some pollen. That's the message I've learned from this game. Decomposing clothes, a single glove, a pair of glasses. Sand drifts. Huge pipes. Perhaps a geothermal plant below, okay. Collapsed tunnel. Some more life. Brain coral. Earth originating species of coral from the families Muscidae and Merulinidae. They feed through both photosynthesis and filtering. Hard coral, earth-born corals. They build environments in the south through the calcareous material. Oh, so people were very irresponsible here. Oh, there was an aquarium in the facility where they kept corals. I see, okay. Broken pipe, now filled with sand. Buried office. Someone important's room. User A. Bitiev. I understand, sir. Though we're prepared to follow erasure protocols, the site is already sealed with all hands present. Okay, they did do this on purpose. We're gonna have a quick check of what's in here. A glowing fan sample candidate. That just gives me fuel. Do I need fuel? Maybe. I'll chuck something in to make fuel. Grab this while we're here. Maybe I should have thrown something in to make oxygen, seeing as I'm just grabbing a great bit of fuel. That would have been the smart way of doing that, Dizzy. Decorative rocks. Okay, we're done in here. Way out this way. Sealed crates. Metal boxes on powered pallets abandoned mid-transit. cave in. Another log, or is this the log we saw before? Yes. Bright spirals. Okay, we've got more of these polyp boys. Oh, sampling available here. Spiral secretion. We'll eat some more pollen. I think we've got 3 things, please, so we'll top ourselves off. Glorious. Broken through into an existing cave complex. Twisting passage. Okay. Deep tunnels. Can detect a current running into it. Okay. Etched passage. Left the layer forms a patina of circular marks. This is maybe where the creatures come from. These caves look ancient and deep. Is this where the creatures came from? Did the breach release them? Seems to be a dead end. Pale skin. Large molted skin is piled in the corner of the cave. Fragments of it drifting away across the sand. What creature left this here? Well, presumably a pale polyp. I could do with some fuel. Oh. A few bits of skin. Excellent. I'll have another bit of fuel then. We are calling these molted skin. Okay. Time to head out of here. O2 is low, but it's not as bad as the blue. At least. Now, where the hell's the way out from here? I'm very lost in this archaeology place. Stream time is coming towards a close, so I'd appreciate a way out. I don't know if I'm done here or not, though. Oh, this is an up place! I didn't even realize. That's what the little beep was. Upper archaeology. 8 broken windows stare out of the atrium into the upper floors, where white panelled walls resist the rust. Okay. Oh, there's so much here. Thick chunks of glass. Must have been terrifying when the aquarium shattered. This whole facility, destroyed, buried, erased. Was this what Minnie was looking for in the deep of the ocean? How did she even know it was here? I feel like I'm swimming through other people's secrets. Equipment cases. Destroyed lab. Cave in. Broken glass. 2 more logs. Use A bending. I'm sure this is just a standard security drill, Mr. Fidanza. We'll be able to return you to the other shareholders shortly. This is presumably Fidanza? Yep. The financial implications are massive. We've never even come close to achieving this level of computation before. Computation? Were they using the mushrooms as a computer of some kind. Biohazard boxes. Transporter split its load. Oh, thank you so much to Ujazo for the hydrate. Let me get on that. You're right, I'm a bit low. I'm a bit low on the old fluids. We've been talking for a while. This is a completely unvoice acted game, which means I do a hell of a lot of talking on the stream of this. We are also coming up to the end of normal stream time, but I don't want to let this go. Also, yes, hello, welcome on in. I hope you're having a lovely day. I don't want to let this go when we're in the middle of this area, so we're going to see how much of this there is, and hopefully finish it off today. It says, yes, because if I know anything, it's that the corporation encouraging a non-sapient life form to think more never ends poorly. You may have a good point. Biohazard boxes. That sure do be suspicious. I don't know that that'll be better, Shaka, but it's a lovely thought. These are Rome. We owe the artificers nothing. We can't even prove their sentience. They're a material. One Baikal has every right to exploit. Okay, so there was a thinking that the little diatom things could be sentient. But they're a useful building material, so they didn't want them to be sentient. We have to power down. If the shielding is breached, it could blow out the whole facility. Start shutdown now. The wall's broken through to a cave system. I didn't say that, Chaka. I said that if you just use your own voice reading out all of the lines, it's not better for you than reading out all the lines in the game anyway. Creatures come and go here. Is this the source of the initial breach? Glistening bubble. Oh. Glistening bubbles is good, right? They are heavy oxygen. Yes, they're loads of oxygen. That's exactly what I needed. Okay, we'll eat this for the tiny amount of fuel it produces. I am a bit low on the old oxygens. Oh, so welcome on in, Ruskinator Rex. How's it going? I hope you're having a lovely day. We've discovered this old lab where it seems like Baikal was experimenting on the diatoms. Also, there's no oxygen, so we're slowly choking to death. Things have been buried in rock. Okay. Biohazard boxes. Another bloomin' thing. Another security iris. It's gonna take another run through this place just to see all the things that I've not used. Upper entry hall. Because I don't know like where the exit is, I want to do all of the cutting on this first run. Wrecks and rocks lie in the shadows and silt. Where even am I in relation to like where we came from? I can go down here again. Oh, I seem to be in a place I've been before. I'm so totally lost now, oh my god. But I know I can go back this way and there's more to explore. Buried lab. If you hold the microphone close enough, Your voice is like ASMR. Please continue like that. Thanks. Oh dear. Collapsed corridor? Can we go any further up in this aquarium bit? I think this one was. Okay, I need to eat more oxygen. And I need to eat more power. Maybe it was this way. Somewhere in here there was a way back into this space. That's where I need to be. I don't know. I don't know if there's any other places for me to go. Atrium statue. Okay, I can't go up from here. Only down. Okay, that's everything in this place. So let's go. Let's go back. I'm guessing that door was there for a reason, to like lead me back. On purpose. So we'll go back down to it and assume that that is the way out. I'm a bit worried about my fuel because I don't know where I'm gonna leave. Like, I don't know how close I am to the way out. I might be quite close. But I don't know if I've done everything there is to do here at all. What's this one? Wherever this is a dead end. Is this it? Okay, this is the way out. Okay, so I probably was supposed to go out there. Okay, and we're back in. We're back out of horrible place. Okay, I think I have enough oxygen to go and explore more. Don't know if I have enough power. How much power do you guys give me? Not loads. I've got one spare of this. We'll give it a go. We'll see if I can get, because there were a few things that I just didn't see. I know that much. Also, having said, oh, I don't like how it's all red. I'm now so used to it being red that I got really confused when it went yellow again. So that's way up. I think I got everything on the upper floor. I don't think I got everything down here. There's nothing. Oh, there was. Okay, though. Bright spirals. Sample candidate. Well, that's good. Because that'll give me some more of whatever it is I'm lacking in. Mostly more oxygen. Narrow passage. This might be the only other way to go, possibly. Building entry. There could be quite a lot here, for all I know. E. Harrison. Deep retrieval needs more repairs. They need to stop pushing so hard, the artificers aren't going anywhere. We haven't found any live artificers. A metal disc. Albright. Say again, Constantine did what? So to his breach power is spiking. Another cave in. Fused machines. That's someone we've apparently already spoken to. Some sort of machine room. I don't remember who this was. Okay, it was just a retrieval person. Loose wires. A transporter. Okay. Transport sled. Okay, now we're back to somewhere we have been. Okay, I'm happy to say that I'm calling this place clear. Time to get the heck out of Dodge. With the heck out of Dodge being somewhere in this direction, but I'm not super certain exactly where. Off we go. Yep. I'm aware. Don't worry, game. I'm brutally aware. We're close to being stuck, and I can't get home from India. Alright. Now it's just up and home. Oh my goodness. I assume that must be everything you wanted to do down there, Ellery. I got 2 different sample things from the polyps. I got lots of lines of dialogue from her. I'm pretty sure I checked out everything. Okay, let's go home. There could be other places in the archaeology I didn't get to. It's possible. Interesting that she hasn't given us a new thing. A new, Oh, I need to actually dump my samples. A new log. Maybe we didn't find whatever we needed to find out there. Yeah, well, I guess we missed something. God knows what we missed. But I guess we missed something. Alright, we'll scan these. And that'll be us for today. I will read out the slow mason taxonomy stuff as well. Because I think we have completed that now. Lapidarius lentus. Colourless polyps covered in waving cilia which etch elaborate spirals into the facility they feed upon. Solitary but not exclusively so. Some accumulate in groups hugging against each other's mass. Aww. Their exterior show frequent evidence of consumption by other species, with no obvious method of defense. Upon being threatened by pressure, they recoil but do not appear to possess the ability to flee nor fight back. Analysis of the patterns secreted by them suggests something close to rudimentary communication. Repeated motifs created by multiple members of the species, unlikely to emerge from natural movement and feeding patterns. It would take an extensive amount of time to determine and prove a correlation between rhythmic alterations in the pattern and events faced by the polyps. Whether they're warnings, social engagement, or markers of nutrient sources remains unclear. Without obvious eyes, they cannot see them. Perhaps they are read by touch? Analysis of the skin shows it's formed from the flesh of slow masons. Within the tissue, the bodies of multiple polyps have knitted together over the span of decades, forming one larger communal layer. It may have provided protection, or perhaps a birthing sac. Shed skin can represent evidence of renewal transformation. Perhaps the polyps are not mature, but are a larval stage of the species, with each member uniting to form a larger being. As of yet, I found no trace of this matured form of mason, but the cave network could hide many creatures that could easily evade discovery. And they look like that. Ooh, grim. Oh, okay. This bit's the secretion. That's slightly less grim, but still pretty grim. Wow. Aren't you guys glad that we stuck around long enough to discover whatever that is? Obviously, there's more to find somewhere down in that deep ruin, which I must have glossed over and missed. But that'll have to wait for next time. I am going to go and find you someone to raid into on Twitch, and you guys are gonna all be real good, and you're gonna nod your heads when I say that tomorrow, as I think I mentioned earlier, I'm doing my affiliate anniversary, my first ever tipathon thing. Uh, it's exciting but also scary. I've never done anything like this before, and I have no idea how successful it will be or how many people will even show up for it. But that will be happening tomorrow from noon British time. So we are in British summertime now. So there's UTC plus 1, 12 p.m. UTC plus 1. You're going to be seeing Dizzy Hands. You're going to be seeing me digging up dinosaurs, which is not going to be honestly that far removed from what we're doing today. But in real life, and also the dinosaurs won't be real; they'll be plastic. So don't get too excited about the dinosaurs. But yeah, that'll be exciting and fun, and I hope to see lots of folks there. Who is live that we can go and say hello to? Scott Zoe is live. You might go say hi. I'm gonna, on the off chance, check out to see if anybody else happens to be streaming the same game as me. They often aren't. Nope. Um, yeah, let's go say hi to Scarlet Zoe. Skylord Zoe is playing Wildermyth. Actually, I should check that she's not just finishing up. That's always a very useful, sensible thing to do. How many of us are there here even? Well, it might be a few. Right, okay. Raid is up. Thanks everyone so much for being here. Thank you so much to Fion for the raid, and for everybody from the raid who has stuck around to still be here. Thanks to the folks who gave a follow. It was really lovely of you to do that. I hope to see you again here in the future. I play at the moment. I'm just playing loads of water-themed games for some reason. So I've been playing this. I've been playing Mega Aquarium, which is an aquarium building park builder. I've been playing some Watch Dogs Legion. I've been playing some Power Wash with Shaka, which is what is normally happening on a Fridays. But Shaka is a very busy bean going on special trips. What else am I doing? I'll be playing Mudborn sometime in the near future, which is a froggy, watery game as well. Oh my goodness. As well as the usual things, I play Hunter Call of the Wild on stream semi often. I play all sorts of other puzzle games. We played some Patrick's Paradox recently. Uh, I have been known to play other stealth games, strategy games, and all sorts of things on stream. Would love to see you here for literally any of that. Thank you everyone so much for being here. Thank you, King Gull and Shaskor and Shaka. I see you all around in the chat. Ruskinator Rex. It's been lovely having you here. My name has been Dizzy. Thank you all so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye bye.